All right, hello everyone, and welcome in to the Roundtable 2 Qualifier Tournament. It's time for one of our last few losers bracket matchups of the semifinals here. It's going to be Zylice versus Mastash. My name is Dio, and I'm going to be casting this match alongside Mr. Miles. What's up, Miles?
Hey Dio, I'm glad to be here casting one of the last losers bracket matches of this weekend. So far, none of the winners bracket matches have been played. Still going to be waiting for those, but for this match right now here, we've got Zylice versus Mastash in the losers bracket. Winner's going to be going up against Demonical, who recently beat Nineric in a very close tiebreaker matchup. I believe that one is going to be played tomorrow?
That one is going to be played, actually, technically tomorrow or very late tonight. I believe Zylice's matchup versus Demonical is at 6 UTC, and Mastash is playing at 4 UTC on Sunday. So Mastash's match would be about 5 hours from now. Zylice's would be about 6 hours from now. So some interesting times for those two players. But yeah, technically tomorrow or very late night if you live in the Americas.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty uncomfortable time for Mastash. I don't know exactly what Poland's time zone is, but that's got to be like 5 or 6 a.m.
Yeah, he requested a couple of different times for his matches this weekend. Definitely busy in the usual time slots. We had them playing around, I think it was 14 or 13 UTC, and he did not want to play at that time, despite, usually that being mid-afternoon for him. So, definitely something else going on there, but not surprised. And the other matchup in losers bracket that we have is going to be Ciccone versus Henry. That one is going to be on 16 UTC Sunday, so that one will be a little bit later in the day. And I have an update about the schedule for Zudinator versus Bartek in the winners bracket. That one is going to be this coming Friday the 17th. Bartek actually broke his hand at a party, so he is not going to be playing Osu today. Or tomorrow, rather, so we'll be waiting on them. As for the players in this match, switch over and talk about Zylice, one of the foremost Osu players in Canada, famous for playing Osu in front of his classroom on YouTube, being an undercover VTuber and captain of OWC Canada. Very good speed, hidden, reading, and stamina player, and you can see a lot of the speed and stamina there in the top plays.
Yeah, I think Zylice is going to be looking for revenge here today against Mastash, who defeated him in that OWC, I think, SemiFinals matchup, denying Canada their top 4, getting Poland into top 4. And yeah, as Dio mentioned, very strong speed player, very strong aim player, looking to abuse, I think, maybe not aim, I think maybe more speed and gimmick against this player, Mastash, ranked 56 in the world, one of the top players in Poland. He did win Kanyo Cup 3, looks like Walter White, and is also a dad, and people say I look a lot like Walter White Jr., so I'm going to be inclined to call this guy my father. But yeah, this player, very well known for his Space Stream plays and his hard rock. I think that's going to be something that he's going to definitely want to pick a lot against Zylice, if Zylice leaves those types of maps open, like the hard rock 1, maybe hard rock 2 as well.
We'll see what the picks end up being for both of these players. I think going to be a pretty good match, given that these players have some pretty different skill sets. Like you said, Mastash with the hard rock, Zylice with some of the reading hiddens and the DTs for sure. We're just waiting on Zylice to come back into the room. There he is, and I think swap slots, as Mastash is currently in slot 1, Zylice in slot 2. So we'll get them switched up before the first map starts. For now, looking at the bans, and well, both of these players have their strengths and their weaknesses. Definitely looking for some reading bans from Mastash and some hard rock bans from Zylice, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, but I also wouldn't be surprised if Mastash were to ban a speed map, maybe something like that DT3 Resurrection spell. While Mastash is a pretty good stamina player, very good stream player, I think that type of map might be a little too high BPM for him. But probably 2 reading bans from him would make sense. Definitely going to look at that hidden 2 to be something he strikes out. And for Zylice, I think HR2, HR1, straight down the line, maybe a no-mod 1, depending on how he's feeling. But Zylice is a very strong aim player in himself, so not really sure if he's going to opt to ban that over something like an HR. I'm really thinking he's going to double ban HR here.
Yeah, you have to think, right? I mean, none of the no mods are going to give him too much trouble, but you pick something like the Hard Rock 3 as Mastash, and Zylice is likely not having quite as good of a time as you, that's for sure.
Wouldn't be surprised if Zylice were to ban out that HR4 either. That map is extremely wacky.
Yeah.
It's like Mastash going to be striking out the DT2 stamina map. I thought he would have opted for the DT3 instead, but this ban also makes some sense.
Yeah, I mean, this map is still pretty difficult. There's a lot of aim component to this map that doesn't exist in Lucent's set. This is the previously ranked Sieg map set that was ranked a long time before Lucent's got ranked. So there is a little bit of aim component in this, and if you're not comfortable in the stamina to a certain degree, you're going to have a lot of trouble on the aim. Of course, Zylice, not one to pick into that raw aim consistency all that often. In fact, double banning it this time around. No mod 1, no hard rock 1 here, and in fact, it's going to be a double speed ban for Mastash, the DT3 getting banned out. So you were right about the DT3 ban, just also choosing to ban out that DT2, and I actually think this makes some sense. Mastash has been really heavily improving his overall reading ability with things like the low approach rate hidden, so I'm not super surprised to see him leave that kind of stuff up.
Yeah, and this AR8 hidden is also a little bit notorious for being RNG, so to speak, so maybe kind of begging Zylice to try and pick it into him. If you want to pick this AR8 hidden that might be a little RNG into me, I'll fight you on it. But Zylice is going to be starting out with the no mod 5, looking at those 2 speed bans, going to say, you know what, I'm going to go for the no mod speed. Cattle Decapitation, Your Disposal, met by Chansey. 227 BPM, just all bursts the entire way through. That map is very speed heavy.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much put it exactly how it is. There's not much else to say about this map besides if you have speed and stamina for 227, you will probably win this most of the time. And if you don't, you will probably lose. It's just straight up speed. There's not much more to it. There's a couple of 1/3 sections here and there, especially around the middle. If players miss on that, it'd definitely be a little bit tilting, so I would watch out for those 1/3 sections in the middle of the map. But aside from that, what you see is what you get with this one.
Yeah, but you know, this is only 227 BPM. It might be in Mastash's wheelhouse here. 227 BPM, fairly accessible to people who are good stamina players, but not necessarily speed players, which is what I would describe Mastash as, but he does find a break on that early burst, dropping a lot of accuracy as well. And Zylice is looking extremely comfortable on this with 99.62 out of the beginning.
Yeah, Mastash is a very good stream player, but there's a big difference between your typical stream farm maps and something like this. I mean, you can see he has just stopped playing. Honestly, I can't blame the man. I really can't. If you don't have the stamina for something like this is just what happens, right? Like, this is like asking your average 5-digit to compete with Zylice on Freedom Dive, right? It's like, It's just not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
Unfortunate first pick for Mastash here, looking a little rough on the first map, but don't let that fool you. He's in this tournament for a reason. He's here in the semifinals for a reason. Guaranteed at least top 12, even if he loses this match. So, still, Zylice needing to be very wary about the coming picks, because there's a lot of really good maps for Mastash in this pool, too.
Yeah, this is kind of the gimme map for Zylice. Mastash down at 64% AC. If you're looking at his UR bar, he was hitting late on all those streams, meaning he was running out of stamina fairly quickly. If you look at it right now, he's going to start shifting over to the right.
Oh,
yep,
he's like coming back and forth a little bit, but yeah, you can definitely tell.
And Zylice did miss so far. He did find the break, but when your accuracy is this low and you can't hold a combo that's like, I don't know, the entire map, you're not really going to be able to come back on this type of pick. So if you're Mastash, you're going to say GG and go next.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, after the DT2, DT3 double ban from Mastash, this pick is pretty much the only map in the pool where Zylice can pull this kind of speed abuse anymore. Like, there is not another true speed map left up in this pool. You've got No Mod 2, but it's 195 BPM. That's definitely in Mastash's wheelhouse. It's very flow aim focused. You've got, you know, Hidden 1 is high BPM, but it's an aim map. So it's not like there's going to be this type of ridiculous speed stamina requirement. Same for DT1, of course, fast aim map. So if you're Mastasz, you say, okay, this is the one map where this is going to happen. It's really not going to be that big a deal. It's his first pick anyway. Let's just get this out of the way and move on with the rest of the match.
Yeah, totally. I'd be a little bit weary of that DT1. I don't really think I know Mastasz to be a person who's very comfortable on AR 10.5. But then again, like, he can probably aim that type of map. So if he practiced it, he can just probably be able to play it just as well, but...
You know, the good thing for the players about that DT1 is that it's such a popular song, you have your pick of the litter for what MP3 you want to replace it with. So if the players really do hate the MP3, they can always just replace it with whichever artist they think is the best.
True, true. That MP3 is so demonic.
Look, I think it's funny. I get a good laugh out of it personally.
It is pretty funny. It is pretty funny, I'll give you that. However, it is bad.
Yeah.
Alright, finally getting into the end of this map here. Zylice up above 99. He is just so comfortable on this. Also reestablishing a 1500 combo. Gonna absolutely demolish Mastasz on that map. One miss against 170 misses. But on to Mastash's pick. Gonna be looking to what's remaining in the HR pool, I think.
Yeah, I would definitely look for, you know, maybe the Hard Rock 2 or something if you're Mastasz here. Oh, yep, there it is. I mean, your opponent double bans aim consistency. What are you going to pick next? I'm going to pick aim, right? That's all there is to this pick. There's not a lot else going on. You could pick Hidden One, but Zylice is a hidden player, so why would you do that? You could pick DT1, but again, Zylice is a DT player, so why would you do that? Pretty much by process of elimination, you go for Hard Rock 2. It's the last true aim map in the pool outside of the Hidden One and DT1, and, well, it's on Mastash's favored mod.
This map is such a classic. Fanzin's X difficulty of Helix. This map, I think it's mostly known for a very demonic wiggle stream that is about 3/4 of the way through, right before the last Ki. And it was also a map that Biko has an SS on. I think it was Biko's last major SS score in his career.
Yeah, this is the infamous Biko Hidden Hard Rock double S map, where no one else even came close to a Hidden Hard Rock FC for many, many years. I think there finally is another one on this map that was done in the new decade. I think 2022 or 2023. But this is really all about awkward aim. You don't find a lot of stuff like this that is super, super awkward. Lots of wide angle jumps in this, lots of slider aim, lots of anti-aim patterns in this map as well. Stuff that goes from very high to very low cursor velocity right in a way.
And here we can already see Mastasz is very comfortable on this. He has 99% out of the first quarter of the map. Zylice down at 97.8. Gonna be able to take a lead if Mastasz were to break. But we're about to go into one of the more calm sections of this map here. I think the next real break section is going to be that stream that I mentioned before. Massive wiggle stream right before the last Ki. But Mastasz breaks on a square. That is so tragic.
This part is hard.
Goes over.
Oh, there's the miss from Zylice. There's the trade, actually. Ooh. I was going to say, this part is hard. It's not like any of this is free combo. It's an easier section, but you can only take that so far. And there goes all of the lead that Zylice was about to accumulate. Mastasz still up in accuracy. There's another miss from Zylice on some of these more awkward aim patterns. And here we go. Mastasz should be able to take this score lead back. But at this point, it's probably going to come down to that stream section you were talking about, Miles, where most of this is relatively free, these 1/3. They're all straight line. As long as you get the cursor velocity right, you shouldn't miss on these. And we're coming up to that stream section and the ending, which is without a doubt the hardest part of the map. Mastasz is just dropping so much accuracy, though. It's now below Zylice in AC. Has to entirely rely on the combo lead.
They both hit it! They both hit the wiggle stream. But the lead goes back over to Mastasz due to the combo. He has a 100 combo lead, so even with the accuracy deficit, along with Zylice dropping AC,
he misses!
Right in the end, but Zylice breaks! And it goes to Mastasz. He's gonna take his first pick, but he misses the last stream! He got it, though. He got it. Mastasz gonna take his first pick by about 30,000 points. Wow, that was really close until the end.
Not as decisive of a point as you would have wanted if you were Mastasz, but you take what you can get there. 7 misses on the pick. Finding an early miss in the middle of the map during the awkward aim section really made it much closer, I think, than it should have been. But Mastasz pulling away at the end thanks to the consistency in the combo and just dropping a ton of misses at the end on the ending stream, as one does when you play this sort of map, right? I think pretty much everybody misses there. And of course, Zylice, not one to be deterred from picking his own favored mod, picking the DT one. This is not only an aim map with DT, 255 BPM, it's also AR 10.5 and OD 10.2. If you are not a very comfortable DT player, you're going to have some trouble reading this and acking it, because you don't get OD this high. You don't get AR this high outside of double time as a mod. So if you're not playing that mod a lot, you're going to have a tough time here for sure. Aside from that, this is about as stock standard of a DT1 as you get outside of, the obvious, the song.
Yeah, are you a real Vocaloid fan if you don't like Sansloid? I'm really not sure.
Oh my god.
Dude, okay, at the background there. Oh my god.
This song goes hard on mute.
Unmute stream chat.
This artist has a hidden talent. Keep it hidden.
Obviously, Zylice is gonna pick the AR 10.5. Mastasz is gonna be dropping a lot of back on the beginning as he adjusts to it, but it looks like he is gonna be a lot more comfortable on this than he was on the Nomad 5. Looks like he is well practiced. Gonna be able to perform well on this map, I hope. But he does break just into the first ki on the first jump. And he drops a lot of back alongside it, which means Zylice, with his full combo and his 98.5%, is going to be able to take a monstrous lead as we go into the second third of the map.
Yeah, I think this is where the difference in just comfort comes in, right? Zylice is somebody who spams high approach rate DT all the time. He's trying to learn to read super high approach rate, like AR 10.7, for example. So 10.5 on a map like this that has very, very simple patterns is not really going to phase him as much as it would have a couple of years ago. Whereas for Mastasz, 93 accuracy, finding misses kind of all over the place during the ki times, which are the hardest parts of the map, and I'm expecting a couple here during this breakdown section. A lot of speed requirements in the breakdown section, lots of consecutive bursts in this section of the map.
Yeah, obviously doing a little bit better than the Nomad 5, but Zylice is just so comfortable on this skill set that it's not really going to make much of a difference. And what does 80k versus 250k mean when Zylice is getting almost an FC? It looks like he's in the last quarter of the map with his FC still. He just has to get through this forest, but he does slider break, unfortunately.
You had to say something. You just had to, right?
It's all my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, Walt Jr. I see you sabotaging. I see you sabotaging your dad's opponent out here.
Yep. Mastasz is cooking up an FC on the next map. I see it.
All right, cool. Well, we'll see. We'll see if he is able to cook up an FC on probably another Hard Rock, right? I'm expecting Hard Rock 3 here. I'm not actually sure. Mastasz has been pretty solid on lots of different types of maps, though, and actually he's gonna go with Nomad 3. I don't think this is a bad pick for Mastasz at all. I feel like you probably want to stick in Hard Rock a little bit, just because that's a mod that Zylice is not super comfortable with. But, depending on map comfort, you can go wherever you want. And this map is something else. If you are a typical alt player, you expect aim control. You expect a lot of high spacing stuff. You expect maybe some snap aim. You don't necessarily expect cross-screen reverse sliders. And those are in every ki of this map. So if the players know they are there, they should be able to hit them. They're not particularly fast, they are kind of fast. They're fast enough where if you're sight reading, you probably miss. And if you know they're there, you probably hit them. So, I hate to think that either of these players is sight reading this map. If they are, I'm sorry for this pick. But aside from that, you find a lot of really stock standard alt patterns in this, at least for 2023. Lots of aim control, lots of changes between snap aim and flow aim, lots of changes from curves to linear streams as well, like we just saw Zylice get caught out there. And all of that combines to make a very, very difficult alt map at this sort of BPM.
Yeah, I think as much as this map might be considered a throw-up pick for a player like Mastash, as well as we saw Zylice performing on the Nomad 3 last week, especially taking that off Malashevsky, Mastash is one of the premier flow aim players of this game, so as much as this is more of an awkward flow style of map compared to maybe your typical alt map, it's something that Mastash should be excelling at, because his flow aim is really something different. Like, that's something I don't think a lot of players realize, is that if you play a lot of like high spacing stream maps, you're gonna find yourself applying that flow a lot on your more alt style maps as well. Because a lot of those maps are just like alt is just kind of like slow streams if you think about it.
I mean, it really is. There's a couple of unlucky break from Mastash in the Ki time. Zylice did break earlier, but this accuracy advantage for Zylice is kind of worrying for Mastash right now. You see him miss once again right before the big back and forth slider. Both players actually hitting that part of the map, but Mastash having a really tough time on the Ki overall. And it looks like Zylice act lead by 2% and combo lead by about 150. Going to be taking the score lead here pretty soon going into the next verse.
Yeah, Mastash dropping a lot of AC on the slider ends while Zylice is trying a little bit harder to hit them, I think. And that's going to make the lead shift back in Zylice's favor starting right now. And he's going to be able to build on that during this slower section of the map, but it's really going to depend on the next Ki, I think. If a player will find a break there, it will spell doom for them, I think, if the other holds.
Some alt maps like this, though, you know, especially modern alt, tends to shy away from putting too heavy of an emphasis on flow aim. You have a lot of transitions to snap aim or extremely weird streams that you just wouldn't find in higher BPM stuff like it used to with, you know, stuff like Justice Monster, for example. You can almost call that just low BPM streams, but some of these, I don't know if you can call some of these streams, man.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy compared to a normal flow aim map, but Zylice is going to find the break. Mastash still at 600 combo holding into the middle of this Ki section. He's going to take back the lead fast as long as he... he misreads that slider so badly!
Oh, he hit the slider and misread the note underneath it. He thought he had to go back across the screen. It was right underneath the end of the slider instead. And Mastash not going to be able to hold on to the combo lead he needs. It's another trade of breaks. Both players missing here, which, you know, not bad for Mastash, but you want to hold on to a combo lead, and he misses once again on the back and forth there. This breakdown section still with so many difficult patterns, both players hitting the 1/3 with fine AC, but it's still about a 1.5% AC lead for Zylice going into the end here alongside another 60 to 70 combo.
Yeah, Mastash really needs Zylice to chain miss here. When the score lead is this tiny, only about 20k score, the accuracy is making up almost all of that difference. Only 1% of AC lead will mean so much when the combos are even. And Mastash is going to be the one to find the drop. Zylice now with the 300 combo lead along with the AC lead. Looks like he's going to convert on this pick, taking a break point against Mastash.
And Mastash was talking with the ref before the match started about how he was a little bit frustrated with this map pool. I'm hoping that this breakpoint doesn't bring that frustration to a head and he's able to keep his cool, keep the mental in check, because if you do start to give away sort of that mental advantage in a match like this where you're already down 3-1, it's going to be very hard to stage a comeback. But, you know, with a lot of the most one-sided picks in the pool gone, I think you can start to say that a lot of these are toss-ups. This one is one where I'm really not sure which way it goes, frankly. This is an incredibly difficult hidden flow aim pick in Shadow Castle. This map has streams that accelerate, decelerate, turn into cut streams, have discrete spacing, change their curvature, have ridiculous corners, overlap themselves, and they do all of that within singular stream patterns. So if you don't have complete mastery over basically every different type of flow aim in this game, and with hidden on, you're going to miss on stuff. And when you miss on stream maps like this, you chain miss, and you drop lots of accuracy, and on Score V2, that means dropping lots of score as well. So, very, very difficult map to keep a consistently high score on, and we've seen lots of players struggle with this pick all throughout the weekend.
Yeah, and to put it bluntly, this is a Kakizi God Mode map. Like, The flow aim on this is so awkward that you really need to be perfect with all of your movements in order to hit the streams. And as you said, with the nature of this type of map, if you miss one of the streams, you're likely to miss even more, because if you fall off a stream, it's really hard to get back on it. And it looks like out of the beginning, Zylice is going to look a lot more comfortable on it, up at almost 99%. Mastash finding a very early break, but I think his act drops are going to be more significant, but that break is going to do it a lot. Zylice is still holding on to such a massive combo. He is just beasting through these streams. Look at him go.
How does he have a 99% full combo right now, man? What is this? Like, look at the flow aim required on these streams. You have Axel, D-cell corners all over the place that double back on themselves in this map. Like, look at his cursor movement. This is how you actually have to play the map to FC. How is he doing this? This is at least on par with the replay we got for the map pool showcase already, which is really saying something, because tournament players get one try. Showcase players get as many tries as they need. So to be on par with the showcase replay is next level tournament consistency at a star rating that a lot of players just can't even begin to play.
Yeah, I guess all we can say is that Zylice is channeling his inner Cookiezi. He is full comboing up to the 2/3 mark, and FC on this would be completely unbelievable. And he's only got a third of the map to go. Mastash just a non-factor at this point. He is so far behind Zylice in both accuracy and combo. There's just nothing he can do to get back in this pick.
No, this one's already over. I mean, the real question for me is, like, does Zylice beat our showcase replay? I think he's getting close. I think we had like 670k or something. I'm checking the sheet right now. I gotta see, man. Oh shoot, the score's not in there. I gotta check the individual channel. Oh my, what? He's still going, by the way. He's 700k. He's more than 3/4 of the way in. This is definitely already better than the showcase replay. No FC for Zylice, but what a score, man. Wow. That is a nuts performance on this play. And you know, I was talking about the mental game for Mastash. If your mental wasn't upset by the break point, it might be a little bit upset by seeing your opponent triple your score on this map.
Yeah, I think so far in this match, it's just been a testament to how well-rounded Zylice is, because he has been absolutely demolishing Mastash on all of his picks so far. That Nomad 5, DT1, and now on the Hidden 3, just getting absolutely monstrous leads against him, while both of Mastash's picks have been either close or a break point. I think that's going to be a little demotivating for Mastash, but now it's back in his ballpark. He gets to pick the next map. This is his chance to get back in the match, and I think it means more than anything. He's going to pick Hidden too!
Mastash has been getting very good at low AR reading. Mastash, for example, had a really incredible score on the low approach rate Nomad, and I think it was round of 16. I want to check the stats for that match, or for that round, because I remember Mastash having a very good score on that map. He's honestly a really good low approach rate reading player. That said, this is certainly still a toss-up, because Zylice is also an incredibly good low approach rate reading player. So I don't know that I entirely agree with the pick. I can't say I fault him for it, because a lot of your picks are toss-ups anyway, but it's still a map that he should be relatively comfortable on. And yeah, Mastash full combo the AR7 Nomad 5 in round of 16 with 99 accuracy. So it's not as though he's bad at this skill set, right? This is something that he is still very, very strong on.
Still, this is a Yolks Pie map, and a Yolks Pie map on an AR8 Hidden has just been the bane of all tournament players for the last 2 years. These maps are so difficult on AR8 Hidden. And a lot of the aim in this is very uncomfortable, along with some of the stream shapes. It's going to require a lot of aim and cursor to control to get good scores on this. You can see both players having a little bit of trouble adjusting to the AR8. I think both players dropping some ack on that beginning stream. But we have yet to get into any of the really difficult jumps. Zylice gonna find an early break before that 1/3 pattern, and he drops a lot of ack with it as well. This map is only just below 2 minutes in length, which means every drop and act drop is going to mean a lot, because you aren't going to have that long of a time to make it back up.
Yeah, we're already a third of the way into this map. That said, most of the combo comes after this, and most of the places where you might break come after this as well. Here we go. There's actually another break on the cut stream for Zylice, and this is now just full control for Mastash, and like I said, this is something that Mastasz is pretty comfortable with, holding on to the full combo through the finger control section. Let's see if he's able to hold on to it through this part. Doesn't miss on the linear triples either, and another miss comes through for Zylice. I feel like this is pretty much sealed up already for Mastasz with so many breaks early on for Zylice.
Yeah, okay, I guess I was wrong for thinking he was going to ban this because he is going absolute beast mode on this. These patterns, they are deceptively difficult as well. You can see that there's kind of some cuts like in the middle of the stream, like you have to go back on yourself in order to get those. He gets through all of those, and he's only got the last quarter of the map to go. It looks like he is poised to FC this AR8 hidden. That is really good for Mastasz. If he was going to get back in this match, this was definitely the pick to do it with.
Papa's cooking, Junior. He's cooking up an FC right now for sure. Oh my word. Look at the act. 98 act on this is still very, very difficult. I mean, this is a very tricky map to FC, and he is...
Oh, he does it.
He finally pulls it off. I think that's the first FC we've had on any map this weekend. And it comes out from Mastasz on the low AR hidden pick. Really solid stuff from him. Still showing off the consistency on the low AR reading, even into the semifinals.
Papa cooked up that baby blue full combo on Love BBB. That is exactly what he needed to get his mental back in this match. Zylice dominating on his first 3 picks, but now Mastasz with his own dominating victory, winning by over 600,000. But Zylice is, yes, this is what you should pick. Crazy motorcycle chase, let's go.
Oh my gosh. This is the gimmick DT map. So you know how No Mod 5 this weekend is a speed map, and we've had a low AR No Mod 5 the last 2 weekends, or rather a reading No Mod 5 the last 2 weekends? Well, we decided to move the 4th DT pick into No Mod and put the 5th No Mod pick into DT, and you get something like this out of it. Crazy motorcycle chase. This is a map from, I think, 2009? Might be 2008. It's 2008. It's a 2008 map by James. AR 8.3 after double time. That is AR 6 no mod. This is still a low AR map even in the DT pool, and tons of really ridiculous, super old style, 2008 style wiggle streams and wiggle doubles all over the place in this map.
You know, I might question this pick after just losing that AR8 hidden so, I guess, destructively, but I think this is definitely a different style of map compared to the AR8 hidden. I think this is, it's more if you took that No Mod 3 and you changed it up a lot, you made it have a child with the hidden 2, and you get this map.
So in other words, you're saying we're going to have a close map this time, Miles, because
I hope. I really
Zylice
hope.
won the No Mod 3, and Mastasz won the hidden 2.
Yeah, you can already taste the old style out of this map. Look at look at those patterns. Both players finding a lot of trouble with that early pattern there, dropping their axe down to 96 for Zylice and 95 for Mastasz. But the combos stay about the same, so I think it's really going to depend who builds up a big combo further into the map. Because this map is very difficult to hold combo on, so I think it's one where the player who manages to hold a combo up at maybe 400 or 500 is going to win the map regardless of accuracy. But even with that, Zylice is up at a 3% ac lead, which is going to be substantial unless he finds a break, but it's Mastasz who finds the break.
Yeah, it's Mastasz not able to hold on through the overlapping wiggles in this map, and that sort of patterning, along with some of the later streams coming up here in the middle of the map. They're both getting it. No, they both break at the very last second. It's Zylice, though, still with the score advantage, but Mastasz now actually has a 1.5% accuracy lead. Look at that. He might actually be able to take this back, and the score is already visibly shifting toward Mastash's side, as long as he can hold on to this sort of high accuracy lead.
Yeah, you know, I said the accuracy wasn't going to matter if someone holds a combo, but when neither of them are holding the combo, that's when accuracy matters the most. So Mastasz usurping the accuracy lead and comboing through that, he is going to be able to take this pick in the last quarter if he can hold on. But I think he's really going to want another break from Zylice, but this is one of the easiest sections of the map. Until the final wiggle stream, there really isn't much left. But it's so intense, the score is just going back so slowly, and it does go back in favor of Mastasz. but he drops a few hundreds and loses it.
It's actually just shifting back and forth here. It's all going to come down to the accuracy at the end of the map, or any sort of combo breaks. It's neck and neck. It's as close as it gets. A couple 50s for Mastash. That drops the Ack lead into touching distance for Zylice. Zylice misses the last game. Mastash misses also. The shift in accuracy is favoring Zylice right now. Mastash chain misses the ending, and that's going to do it. All the Ack goes away at the end, and it's Zylice who wins when no Ack lead exists right at the end of the map. The chain misses come through, and the player with the better max combo and the earlier Ack drops, fewer misses, fewer 50s, wins it out for Zylice.
Oh my god. So close until the very ending. Mastash chain missing that last pattern, throwing the pick back in favor of Zylice. That is so unfortunate. A break point there would have been huge for Zylice, but now Mastash is going to be picking against match point. Wow. That's all I can say to that. What? Yeah. You were right. That was going to be a close pick. We knew it from the start. It was a combination of Nomad 3 and Hidden 2.
Hey, I guess it ended up working out for the spectators, but not for Mastash, who's now down 2-5. It's match point for Zylice, and he needs a way to decisively put his foot down and start winning some points. I'm looking at something like the Nomad 2. I'm looking at potentially something like the Hard Rock 3. I think both of those are very good picks for Mastash, a very good flow aim player, like you've said. I think probably the Nomad 2 is going to be a little bit better for him. You know Zylice is not going to struggle on the stamina, but you have to kind of gamble some of these picks at this point, because none of them are really going to be super one-sided one way or another. It's going to be Nomad 4 for Mastash going into the tech pick. It's Railgun Roulette. This is a map that was incredibly popular in tournaments for a very long time, to the point where nobody wanted to see anything to do with it at all anymore for several years, and those several years have now passed, and it is back with a vengeance. Lots of overlapping double back on themselves quints in this map, 5-note bursts, and tons of really high-velocity sliders all over the place. Tons of high spacing on pretty much every burst in this map as well, not just those overlapping, doubling back quints.
Yeah, definitely a very spicy pick Mastash went with here. This map has a lot of really weird stream space, but I think that it's something that Mastash is going to be fairly comfortable on. I think this embodies the idea of a throw-up pick, because Railgun Roulette, everyone remembers this back in the day. It was the throw-up map. Like, I remember it especially in a Game Osu, I think 2019, Airyu versus Vaxe in Grand Finals. That one was a crazy one, but this map was also in that map pool. And you're kind of crazy for bringing this one back. As you said, haven't seen this one in such a long time. Yeah, this map starts out slowly. Not really going to be seeing any breaks until I think the first Ki, which is where the sliders start to come into play. This is technically the first break point of the map if you're not ready. A few snap patterns that you can break on if you're not ready, but looks like neither of the players are going to get caught out by that. Going to be eating up all of this free combo from the first quarter. And we're going to see if either of these players can FC through the first Ki, because that's where the free combo is really going to matter. If you can get through the difficult section with your free combo, that's where you're going to be able to eat up the most score. And into the first Ki. No! Mastash finding a break on that first screen. But Zylice, it's traded!
If you're rooting for a close match, you're hoping for these types of trades to happen. There goes Zylice once again with another slider break in this part of the map. It's an Ack lead for Mastash and a little bit of a combo lead here. Finally finding his footing in the first very difficult section of the map. You can see all of the overlapping quints giving some of these players some problems, and now into the more cut streamy section we go. Both of them holding on to the combo now, seeming, I think they've found their footing at this point in the map. But no, there goes Zylice once again, finds another missing on a couple of the streams. And you know, Miles, we talk about Mastash having this ridiculous flow aim. Well, on these types of maps here, tech maps, especially pre-2020, you had to have very good flow aim. So much of it is about the transitions between cut streams and space streams and ridiculous spacing on all the bursts.
And you know, that's why I was so surprised to see Mastash break on that first stream going into the Ki, but he did definitely find his footing, and for that, he's going to get to eat up all of this free combo with that 300 combo lead. There is still a little bit of time to go until we get into the next difficult section, and he's just going to be able to grow out his lead even more. When you have a combo lead and an accuracy lead, that's what the lead does. Up now at 50k lead against Zylice. If he can combo through just a little bit of that ending, I think he's going to have an unassailable lead. But for Zylice, if he holds on and Mastash breaks early, still definitely winnable for him.
The score lead is not massive. The AC lead is about 1.5%. It's there, but it's not huge. Neither of them break on that cut. You don't want to break here, of all places, right before the hard part starts. You get so much free combo from the Buzz Sliders. Neither of them break on the transition into it. That Excel Stream. And there goes Zylice's combo, and there goes any hope he had of winning this pick. We're going to see Mastash bring this to a 5-3 game state. Even with that miss, it does not matter. He's up over 100,000 combo. 100,000 score. Excuse me. 100,000 combo. We're playing the marathon map of all time here, folks.
Yeah, we're going to be here all week if we're playing a map that's 100,000 combo, but nevertheless, Mastash is going to be taking his pick. And if anything, I feel like this just adds to how tragic it was that he lost Crazy Motorcycle Chase, because if he didn't lose that map, this score would be tied now. But now, Mastash is going to be winning his pick, but Zylice is going to have the pick at match point, which means if he can win his next pick, he will be able to win the match. And with so much of the hidden pool still wide open for Zylice, I can't help but feel like he's just going to look straight there. Find one of those, maybe the hidden 1 or the hidden 4.
I have to think if you're Zylice, you know, you've already beaten Mastash on the DT1. The hidden 1 probably looks pretty attractive at this point. You have now been beaten on the no-mod tech pick. You probably don't want to pick something like the hidden 4 into him, but you have one on alt, so... You know, both of those things kind of play a part in it, and I guess it comes down to map comfort as Zylice just goes for newspapers for magicians. Can't say I'm disappointed with this pick, because we get another massive banger to potentially end things off with. Zylice looking to close this out 6-3. Mastash looking to breakpoint Zylice on this map and bring us to a potential tiebreaker. This is another classic. It's a lot of alt, and it's a lot of rhythm changes in this map. Lots of 1/3 and 1/6 in this pick, and lots of slider aim as well. So kind of a blend of what you tend to see from a traditional no mod 3, no mod 4, no mod 6, all into one map. And this is the kind of pick that used to be very, very common to see as a no mod or, well, maybe hidden pick back in the day in 2018, 2019.
Yeah, and you know, we've spent all this time gassing up Mastash's flow aim. I feel like the most difficult section of this map, if you have the finger control memorized, I think the most difficult section of this map is the flow aim section near the ending, in which Mastash should be comfortable on. But it's Zylice's pick, so he's got to be definitely very comfortable on it.
Lots of other places you can break in this map as well. If you're unable to read any of the sections leading up to some finger control, you might find yourself tapping at the wrong speed and find misses there. There's lots of kind of cut triples where you get one node into a double or vice versa on this map, and those types of patterns are very, very tricky with hidden. None of this is really free, is basically what I'm trying to say. There's no part in this where you can really call things free combo. There's certainly parts that are harder than others, but this map is never easy.
Yeah, Dio, I just want to compliment you for putting this and Railgun Roulette in the same pool. It's like we're going right back to the good old days of 2019.
Yeah, this is the nostalgia trip map pool. is this one.
Yeah, this and the DT4, we're getting all the nostalgia maps. So Mastash is going to find a break on that wiggle. That is so tragic because we're about to go into one of those finger control sections right here. It'll slow down into some more wiggle alt patterns. Zylice going to be getting through them. I think if Zylice can combo through this section, he's going to have another slower section in order to raise his combo even more. And he has the accuracy lead and the combo lead, but he drops his combo, which means Mastash is still in this match, definitely. If he can hold on to his combo through the ending of this section, he's going to have a little bit of free combo to eat it up. And he gets through it.
This is what I was saying about this map. There's so many places where you can miss. There is the hard part that you were talking about near the end, but I feel like discounting any of these PI sections or even any of the verses is really sealing your own fate on this map because there's so much to miss on Getting into more of a finger control section here. A lot of 1/6 bursts and slider aim in this part. We'll see if either of these players is really uncomfortable with this type of mapping in here. Either of them breaking on the spaced 1/3, and either of them dropping a ton of accuracy here. It's still Zylice with a 1.5% accuracy lead. Really holding off any change in the score lead right now from Mastash.
No!
There goes the combo on a slider break from Mastash. Broke on the repeat slider there, and that is going to give Zylice so much free combo during the next hard section of the map. And with the AC lead too, almost 2% AC now, this is looking real rough for Mastash.
Yeah, there's really not much Mastash can do himself. He needs help from Zylice if he wants to come back in this match. And the only way that could happen is, I don't know, maybe completely misaiming one of these flow aim patterns that's about to come up right now. If Zylice can chain miss one of those, Mastash has a chance to get back in. But with this accuracy lead, it is just so difficult for Mastash. He needs more than a break is what I'm trying to say here. And it looks like he's eating these up.
Oh, not so much anymore as Zylice finds a break on the flow aim section here at the end. This is the part you were talking about. So many tricky space streams in this part of the map. I guess you are calling them space streams at this point. 97 AC for Mastash, 98.5 for Zylice, but a 300 combo lead for Mastash. There is still a lot of score to make up. It's about 65,000 for Zylice. It might take another break for Mastash to bring us back into an even game state. He needs to hold basically the entire ending here. We've brought it down to about 50k now. It's still shortening up, but is there enough time is the question. As we get into the ending here, Zylice finds misses. He drops the accuracy again. It's only a 1% AC lead. Another 50 for Zylice comes through, and this is now only a 20,000 score lead. Mastash has the ability to bring this in. As we close in on the end, he's still holding. It's a hair's breadth, Miles. Is he going to be able to do it? There's the score going over. If he holds, he wins.
It is an absolute clutch for Mastash. There is nothing difficult left in the map, and he is going to take it. Comboing through the flow aim at the end, comboing through that difficult pattern.
No shot.
At the end of that, and he actually just clutched it out. I think that is one of the biggest clutches I've seen in a tournament recently. He comboed through the hardest section of the map and stole that right from Zylice's hands. That is the only way I could describe that ending. He stole that. He made out like a bandit, taking that pick, and now he gets to pick for tiebreaker.
Actually, absurd clutch from Mastash. Like, you said it, he comboed through the hardest part of the map. He comboed everything in the hardest part of the map. Absolutely deserved win for Mastash there, despite kind of fumbling a lot of the beginning of the map and losing out pretty heavily on the accuracy. Zylice with a lot of unfortunate breaks near the end for sure, but Mastash clutching it out and winning the pick in the end is what you love to see from a spectator's POV, because it does not get more interesting than a match like this, where you have both of these players going at it so close in this match the entire way through. And now you've only got a few picks left here. You've got the Nomad 2, the Hidden 1, the Hard Rock 3, and the Hard Rock 4. Mastash has been really avoiding the rest of this Hard Rock pool. He has not been wanting to pick the Hard Rock 3 or the Hard Rock 4. I have a feeling we're going to see Hidden 1. Like, actually. Okay, no, Hard Rock 3. Hard Rock 3. Alright, I was a little... I was thinking maybe, you know, he's avoided it the entire match. Maybe he's going to pick into something we don't expect, but it is going to be the Hard Rock 3. This is absolutely not a free pick for Mastash. There's a lot of flame in this map, yes, and a lot of really tricky XL-DSL streams, but a lot of jump aim consistency as well. So, things that both of these players can be pretty solid on. That said, Zylice banned out the Hard Rock 1, the Nomad 1, is maybe going to get caught off by some of that jump aim consistency. And if Mastash can combo through some of the Space Stream sections in this, I think can really accrue a massive combo lead on this pick.
I'll be honest, Dio, I was really scared that Mastash was going to pick that Nomad 2 and we were going to have to deal with like a double FC. Dude, they would double FC that Nomad 2.
Definitely
These players
is
are so strong at that.
That definitely is one of those maps, right? Like, luckily it's not the Nomad 2.
Yeah, thank God it is not that Nomad 2. After that last map, we can't deal with any more close points, but this HR3 I think is going to be the other end of this spectrum. I don't think either of these players are going to be that extremely comfortable, especially at the end of a match. Both of these players have got to be really nervous right now. But I think HR Tech is definitely a pick that makes sense for Mastash. As you said, It's something that I think is well within his wheelhouse, especially after winning that No Mod 4 as well, but we're just going to have to see. It could be anyone's game at this point. Every map is a throw-up map if the second half of this match has told us anything.
Here we going right into the first stream section. This map holds nothing back with the start. And Mastasz chain misses it! No! That's the exact thing you cannot have happen on your last pick right before tiebreaker. This is going to come down now to the middle of the map, basically. If we see a miss from Zylice in the middle, it's probably winnable, but if he doesn't miss on a hard section in the middle, Mastasz just does not have the combo put together, the accuracy to take this point. There has to be some kind of miss for Zylice in somewhere in this middle third.
I think it has to be a chain break, actually. The accuracy lead for Zylice is going to be doing a lot of work as well. That lead being accrued very quickly, already up to about 80,000 lead. I think he needs to break here, or else he's going to have a slower section in order to build up some combo. But it looks like both players are going to hold. They both break on the 1/3. That is so tragic for Mastasz, because now the accuracy lead of Zylice is going to be able to keep accruing some lead during the free combo.
It can't keep happening like this, Miles. It can't keep happening like this. They keep breaking at the exact same point. Every map we watch, they keep trading misses at the exact same point. It's always super close, but the initial miss, they break at the exact same point again. I don't know what's happening in this match. The initial miss for Mastasz is still doing so much work for Zylice. Both of them hitting the 1/3 pattern there. We're into the last quarter now. Mastasz needs an untraded miss from Zylice. You need to hold and have Zylice trade a couple of misses at this point. It's a 100,000 score. If you drop the accuracy for Zylice a bit and you give some extra combo to Mastasz here in the back quarter, it's potentially doable and we could potentially see tiebreaker, but I don't know that that's going to happen as Zylice continues to hold on to the ACK lead and continues to hold on to a 100,000 score lead. Here's the very last stream section. It is either a chain miss or a win for Zylice here. And it looks like it's going to be a win for Zylice here into the ending. Hits the last stream and seals Mastash's fate with the loss. Zylice will move on into the top 8, knocking Mastasz out in the top 12.
Mastash's prayer on that last map ends up going unanswered. Zylice just storming forward, going to be taking that last pick. And what a close match that was. You just have to go back to that DT4. I feel like that was just really the breaking point. We could be in tiebreaker right now if that went to Mastash's favor, but now that last pick going to Zylice will be sealing his fate and sending him on into the next weekend of the tournament, or not next weekend, into the next match. He's got a very tough matchup tomorrow against, I believe, it's not Henry, is it?
It is Demonical is the next matchup for Zylice. We do have Demonical versus Zylice. I believe that time is correct. It is happening 6 hours from now at 6 UTC. That's almost exactly 6 hours from now. So good luck to both of those players. And then, of course, the other losers bracket matchup that we were talking about. Well, go ahead and take a look at the bracket for that. But it is going to be about 14 hours from now, 14 UTC. Our only winners bracket match that we're going to see this weekend is Malashevsky versus MCY4, as Zudinator versus Bartek was rescheduled to Friday because Bartek broke his hand. So, if you are looking out for that matchup, keep a lookout on Friday, as we will see that matchup then. For now, we've got 2 more losers bracket matches left this weekend. Demonical versus Zylice in 6 hours, and Ciccone versus Henry at 16 UTC Sunday, along with our 1 winners bracket match left this weekend. Malashevsky versus MCY4, Zudi versus Bartek on Friday the 17th.
And for our first matchup of those, it is going to be Zylice versus Demonical, which is going to be happening in 6 hours. So then in the meantime, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you may be, and stay tuned for that match in 6 hours.